Hey folks, welcome back to WarThunder. So today we're taking out the F100D Super Sabre in WarThunder, in a sim battle no less. These things have finally been added to the game, and I'm going to make this video mostly about missiles, how to use them, and their caveats, that sort of shit. But to start with, this is my best formation takeoff with a random in another F100. It would have been so much better if the game hadn't spawned me 7 or 8 meters to the left in the weeds on the runway instead of, like on the actual runway. But I digress. Maybe one day I'll get in a squad with someone else that has one of these, and I'll be able to make a better go of it. So anyway, first target, rolled in on what I thought was a TU4. Turns out it's actually a friendly B-29 being harassed by a Yak-15. And as you can see, if you time your launch with the peak of someone's climb, or just low energy state in general, then a missile can make pretty short work of them. So here I'm chasing this other thing because I'm seeing it shooting at stuff, and I'm thinking that this is the enemy, but it goes down, it splashes in the ground there, and I actually see in the kill feed that was a friendly dying to a jet bomber. A jet bomber that unfortunately is paying attention. But he pulls up, that means he's going to have to push down again. And he's not going to be able to see me when he does that. So if I time it right, there we go. They're very easy to dodge, but you have to see them coming to be able to dodge them. Or you can just be oblivious and flying at an angle that the missile can't follow you through, and they'll just miss anyway. So they are quite specific in the situations where they can actually be used effectively. This is the first of 3 gun clips in this video. The velocity of these cannons is quite hard for me to personally pin down. Sometimes it feels like there's no lead needed, and sometimes it feels like there's loads, and it's quite difficult to judge the distance sometimes just because of the closure rate. So nearly blew that friendly away. Then I see him shooting at this guy. Very proud of that snap deflection shot. It was an AI, but I don't give a shit. It looked cool as fuck. And he went down later on. So this is a player in an LA-174, if I remember correctly, who for some reason just fires at me from miles away. He was never going to hit me with guns at that distance. And this maneuver that I've just pulled on this guy, I couldn't do it when this plane was stock because it doesn't actually have enough engine power for its weight to really do anything to counter the old jets effectively, because they're just so much more nimble than you are. The only thing you can really do is crazy separation boom and zoom them, and you have to keep your speed incredibly high. Once you've got the performance part spaded, then maintaining energy is a lot easier because the mods dump like probably 200 or more kilograms off the airframe, and your thrust increases by like maybe a fifth or more. Some of the mods add like 150 kilogram force or whatever that unit is. So the amount of energy that you can gain, well, the performance difference between stock and spaded on this thing is absolutely massive. When I first got it, I actually kind of thought it was a bit shit because I couldn't, like AI 9.0s were giving me a run for my money because I couldn't turn inside them because I couldn't maintain the turn, and I couldn't really boom and zoom enough separation to have the time to turn around before they were within my turning circle again. So it was just really annoying. But if you persist, spading this thing is super easy, in sim anyway, because of I basically just wanted to use missiles, right? And because of the high speeds, I was really struggling to actually find anything to shoot at, and I was apprehensive about putting myself into a risky position. Like I would stay at super high altitude at high speed and just try and dive on stuff when I saw something pop up in the kill feed. But I was too far away to actually spot anything, and when I got down low I was going too fast to track it effectively, but literally just flying around and not dying for a really long time in enduring confrontation can net you like 20k RP a game, even if you basically do nothing. And that's the best part of one module. So you can imagine how much easier it is to rack up the points if you shoot down some AI bombers, which is very easy to do in this thing, or I don't know, strafe some houses or whatever. It's very easy to grind through the modules. Anyway, so this guy managed to make me waste 3 missiles on him because he just sees them coming every time. He's completely aware, he's paying attention, he's doing his due diligence. He's a good sim pilot. And I decide after the 3rd miss that I'm not going to waste a 4th on him, and I'm also not going to give him the satisfaction of killing me, because if I got bested in an F100 by a fucking Tu-14, I think I'd just uninstall the game. So after this head-on attempt with guns, I just decided, you know what, fuck this. He's too aware for me to... basically, I would have to gun kill him, and I'd have to gun kill him from probably behind, because I don't know how else I'd be able to get him in a position I could shoot at him easily, and he would probably kill me in that situation, so I'm just going to leave him be. And he clearly called for backup because there's this guy tailing me. He's in the bottom left corner of the screen right now. So whatever it is, clearly isn't going to catch me. So I'm just going to take it into a shallow climb in the clouds, because WarThunder's render thing is stupid, and it's actually easier to see stuff through about half a mile of cloud than it is just generally against the ground. And when I have broken the cloud layer, I'm going to pull up on over and do a loop and hope that he's dumb enough to keep his nose pointed at me the entire time. So completed the loop, and there he is, just peeking in a stall, asking to die. What better time to test the missiles? Seems like they work pretty well. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that if you're trying to kill an F100. I think that if you're fighting someone who has one and it's quite new and they're inexperienced, then the old top tier, even some of the 8.0s, might actually stand a decent chance of killing an F100. But if it's spaded, the pilot's had 5 hours or more to pardon me, to learn how to actually employ it correctly, then you're gonna struggle. So here's the only javelin I've seen so far, and they've put Burn on the enemy team, probably to help balance with the new tier 6 jets. Maybe they were expecting there to be more than, well, one of them. I only spotted him because I happened to see the bomber's contrails, and I saw him fire a missile at it. Interesting thing, you can't lock onto props with the AIM-9s, but it looks like the Javelin can, so that might be one thing that gives the Javelin an edge in sim. Anyway, so to round the video off, this is my longest range missile kill. If you count down, then the hang time is around 14 seconds. If the missile maintains its 800 meters per second velocity that entire time, which it probably doesn't, but if it does, that means that this missile kill was about 7 miles, which is insane. Only problem is it was a friendly. Hope you enjoyed the video, folks. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.